Hi there guys, and welcome to another Bloudam and Extreme Fishing episode. We've changed scenery a little bit today, so we're showing you a different side of the shop. But if you want to know where the shop is, down in York Street, right next to Sugarbird, with our beautiful coffee. Johan has already finished his coffee, but I still got some coffee left. So right next to Romans, down in York Street in Georgia. If you want to come and have a complete tackle shop that's got everything that you need in one shop, then you have to come to Extreme Fishing. Thank you once again, joined by Johan Barnard, owner of Extreme Fishing, and today we're going to be taking a look at what fish was caught, what you can expect for the next week, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about a new product, Johan, your Sure Strikes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit later about the variety that they've got, amazing lures. We'll get into that a little bit later, but first let's have a look at what fish was caught. Johan, last week was a little bit of a good mixed bag.
Yeah.
There was some cracker, there was Gary, there was cob on the estuaries, there was cob from the side, so it was a very good week. We've got some really exciting photos and videos, some other YouTubers that sent us videos as well. So let's talk about the cob fishing first. I know that Rikus and Albie went out and they went for a couple of cob sessions. Albie has been doing really well from the side with his cob.
Yeah.
Bait that Albie's using?
Choker mostly.
Choker, a little bit of live bait now and then.
Yeah. Mostly actually live bait. Choker is by.
Yeah, and then
by.
even with the warmer water, we
Yeah.
still have that warm and clear water in our estuaries. Not in our estuaries, on our coast. And the cob is still biting quite well. Every single time Albie goes out, he catches 5 or 6 of those
Nice
decent sized cob. And then some interesting catches. The shad, obviously, in the warmer, clear water, you always get a couple of nice shad. We've been sent a couple of photos of nice shad that the guys got, your bigger shads.
I saw some yellowtail.
Yellowtail, there was yellowtail
Nice
that came out, nice size yellowtail from the side.
Yeah.
The Goudits has quieted down a little bit, but even a couple of crackers. There was a couple of crackers that the guys also got. There was some guys that got some nice crackers. Night fishing more, the cob more into your night evening sessions. I saw the guys most of the photos was actually your night fish. It's photos that was taken in the dark. So obviously the guys are catching more of those fish during night time. So yeah, it was a good week last week for the anglers.
And a few Learys.
Gary, yes, some Gary from the side. We got a photo and a video of a guy catching on an 8-foot rod and a little 10,000 spoon. That they got a really nice Gary from the side.
Yo! Bonito! Make sure you trip when you pass it. That's fine. It's up. Yeah. It's fine.
Okay, Johan, so looking at the weather for next week, a little bit different weather because we're going into neap tide. Spring tide is finished, so a little bit different target areas. You can't get to those spots that you want to for your spring tide. Those banks that's normally on high tide, it's going to be a little bit higher. Now you can't get it because it's going to be neap tide, the water's not going to come up so high, so a little bit different fishing. You have to pick your banks, you have to pick your spots a little bit careful, especially when you're fishing cracker. I like to fish cracker on spring low tide because it enables you to get onto those front rocks and you can actually get to those little rocks that's normally too far to cast. Those cracker like to feed on those type of rocks during your spring low tide, that hour before low tide and that hour after low tide, spring low tide. That's my favorite time to fish for cracker. So you have to be a little bit smarter and fish a little bit wiser, but still going to be good fishing. I checked the barometric air pressure, check the swell. It's a little bit, the barometric air pressure at the moment for today is steady, then it's got a climb up to 1020 and then it drops down a little bit again and then it stables out. The rest of the week it stables out. So for me, I would prefer on that drop because normally when you've got like a little bit of a stable and it climbs, the barometric air pressure climbs, I like it when it just starts dropping. On that drop, I found that the fish normally feeds a little bit, just they go into a little bit of a feeding frenzy when you have that drop in the barometric air pressure.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, you check now, what's the swell gonna be?
It's up and down when I checked it. So it looks like a stable 1.92 meters.
Okay.
Swell with a 3 meter here by Wednesday around.
And then going into the weekend?
Going into, I didn't check so far.
Okay, so I think it kind of stays the same, drops a little bit. So
Yeah.
fishing on the weekends going to be a little bit.
The weather is nice. It's a 25-degree week for looks like the whole week. So it's warmer weather.
And not a lot of strong wind also, so the
Yeah.
conditions should stay more or less the same.
Yeah.
Shark fishing? What's going on shark-wise, bronzy-wise?
No, very quiet. One day it's again where it's one day on, nice catches, and then from there on very, very quiet. I saw one small shark that came
I
out.
saw last week that Sean May had 1 or 2 days where it was
Yeah.
actually pretty decent, where they got a couple of nice fish, smaller ones in between, and a
Yeah.
couple of big fish, but not fireworks.
And then it goes down again.
Yeah, it's like 1 or 2 days that you have those bronzies, and then all of a sudden it's gone again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's shark fishing definitely not stable at the moment. But Johan, let's get into these sure strikes. Yeah, where we gonna start?
Okay, so why we have these today is these guys brought out a cool competition. A photo competition. Catch
okay.
it, get a fish on the lures, take a photo, put it on Facebook, hashtag whatever. We're gonna post it now with the post, and I'll still
Okay.
put it on Facebook as well.
Okay.
It's something new. I think they've been in the going on now for a year, maybe longer. I'm not sure. Where they started with lures, the one we all know is like your top walker. What I like about these is the rattle.
The rattle, I just heard it. As you were shaking it, you can hear the rattle.
It's got a loud rattle. I love it. So these are great for leeries and grunter. So,
And I've heard of some guys catching top water cop on those as well.
yeah, I've seen the guys in PE with great success. I've heard of a few guys here that check them out.
Yeah, so there you can see that's the one.
I love that color.
Yeah.
It's like a jelly bean color. I don't know. how
And
to
you
call
can
it.
listen to that rattle in there. So it's got a nice big rattle in there. So this is basically like your skitter and your skitter walks and that type of, it mimics it's the same. And at 119 Rand.
Yeah.
So it's actually one of the affordable lures that you can find, nice and affordable.
Quality lures.
And always this one you have to have in your bag. It's always the red head. You have to have that one in your bag. It's always one of the first lures that I go for. And I like this color as well. Nice little color. The pink with the dark shades, purple and dark shades.
Then they have a slender trawl.
Slender trawl.
Yeah. So this is also great for the rivers and like Clembrook and those places that usually get shared into the river.
Okay.
Usually what's great for them, even cob. And I think that thing on a slow retrieve on your riverboat will work.
I'm just checking if I can see what depth this is, but I would suppose it's just about under a meter, around about a meter.
Yeah, it's not gonna dive
It's got a small little lip. I would even suggest this for bonnies. When you're trolling for bonnies, also got a little rattler in it, smaller, but you can hear that rattle. This one is 100 Rand. So yes, I would definitely recommend this for bonnies. Sometimes those bonnies, when you go deep sea trolling, sometimes these bonnies prefer they're feeding shallow, and then sometimes they go a little bit deeper. But I would definitely buy these ones and test them out for your shallow trolling when you're going for bonnies as well.
Then also a nice lure they have is the prawns. Shrimp they call it. It's imitation
79 Rand.
Yeah.
So that is your shrimp.
It's also a float to a dive, so I think that will also work great for imitating a prawn, trying to escape the grunter's mouth.
We've spoken about this previously. When you pump prawns in shallow waters, and I'm talking about waters where you pump prawns in that little net, or if you don't have a net, you actually just pump the prawns and you wait for them to swim up.
Yeah.
So what this one is going to imitate, because you're on set now, it's a floating.
Yeah.
So it's got a little lip. So when you're actually pulling it, it will dive down a little bit, and then it will look like a prawn swimming up. So, and we all know when you're pumping prawns, that prawn is trying to get out of the dust, and exactly the same thing happens when a grunter is tailing. He blows water into the hole, the prawn pops out of the hole and it swims to the top. So that grunter is actually feeding on the top, and that's why all your grunter lures are top water lures. That's why they feed on top water. That's something that people don't understand about grunters. They're not only bottom feeders. We want to throw a bait with a sinker.
Eat on the bottom.
They all, and that's why we've had so much success on the drift line. So this one, well, you can work it hard, work it so that it swims down with a little lift it's got. And then if you're on that pause, so work it like 3, 4, 5 times, work it so it swims down and it will pop up and it will sit on the top of the water. So yeah, also does have a... No,
it's got a rattling.
Does it?
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, it does have a little rattling. So yeah, this is actually a great idea to target grunters on that.
And then the next one we have is what they call a monster shot.
A monster shot.
Yeah, so it's a bit weighted. This one will sink, but you're gonna get.
It's more a casting lure. This one.
Yeah, you're gonna get great distance. Sea-wise, not so far, but for river fishing, you will see there's a little lip.
I see the little lip.
So what I like about that is when you retrieving it slow in the river, great for cob.
That's a monster shot. Okay.
Comes in different colors.
Oh, there's the redhead again.
Always, and purple. Purple is also a great color.
There's your redhead. Yeah, and the purple one.
Yeah, so this is can cast this a bit further. When you're spinning light in the sea, this is the one you want.
Yeah, and I would even put that on a little 9-foot. On when you've got bonnies and you're trolling for bonnies and you get a couple on, and there's a free rod. Sometimes you see them chasing or you see them swimming with those that you're catching. I think that one will be nice on a light wheel rod. Cast it where that fish is at the moment. Cast it in and work it because it's a sinking.
Yeah.
You can let it sink through the water and then work it through the column. So you're targeting from depth. You're working it through the column and you can work it up.
Yeah.
So you're targeting different depths because it's a sinking lure. A lot of the times you get your other baits that's floating and you cast that at the bonnies, and when you're retrieving, you're just targeting that top column. So I like a sinking throw bait that you can actually throw towards them. Let it sink a couple of seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and it just sinks to 5 meters, and then you can really start working it through that water column. So you're covering a little bit more depth on that.
And then lastly, we don't have the whole range yet. There's a bunch of stuff.
I can imagine, but
So-
when you're starting out with a new range, obviously you can't go buy the whole range. You want to check what works first.
Yeah. So then the last one we've got is the Kabura jig.
The Kabura jig.
So that's mostly for your boat anglers. It's
Kabura
like
jig.
a slow jig type of retrieve thing you're gonna do.
Quite heavy.
Yeah, you're gonna drop it.
This is 100 grams.
Yeah.
So it falls in the range of slow jigging or deep jigging.
Yeah.
Fast. Can you fast jig with us?
I haven't checked the motions out on those. Those are quite new for me, but I've
Yeah.
heard of a lot
Very
of success.
interesting. Comes out with a double hook assist.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the 100 gram one.
Comes
Very
in
interesting.
two weights, 100 and 80 gram. I only grabbed the 100 grams now, but comes in different colors as well.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm very interested to see how these works, because obviously that's a big lead, and then you've got all your little teasers with that. So it's a very interesting jig. This will work cob, red steenbras, anything like you can catch basically anything on a slow pitch jig. This will, and I like the weight. It's going to go down very easily. Sometimes with slow pitch jigging,
and the shape as well.
yeah, sometimes with the slow pitch jigging it takes a while to get down at the bottom, and you can start. This one, obviously with a heavy weight, it will go down a lot easier.
Sage, that is our rep in this area. Believe me, he watches our show, so he'll give me come and give me.
He'll come and give some tips on how to fish with these
So don't
sure strikes.
stress. We'll have info on these quite soon.
Yeah.
How to fish them.
How to fish them, and I'm also going to try out a couple of them when I go fishing again. I'm very interested to try those grunter topwater ones.
Yeah.
Okay guys, so there you have all your Sure Strike products, and the competition is running for the month of February. So get your Sure Strike product, then you have to take a photo, you have to post it on the Facebook page, tag 3 friends, and then the photo or the post with the most like will win the prize. So yeah, amazing prizes up for grabs. So come in and get your Sure Strike products, go catch those fish, post those photos. Here's the banner, here's the rules. We'll also put the rules in the description, and I hope you guys have an awesome week of fishing. And hope to see you in the next episode. Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a little comment. What episode would you like to see next? What do you want us to talk about next week?
Yeah.
So yeah, catch you guys in the next episode.